Bem-vindos! Estamos aqui novamente com Kotar. Maravilha, esse jogo aqui tão bizarrão. Eu adoro. Fala com a Victoria, fale com o padre da cidade. Precisa sair de casa, entregue seus pertences. Ok. Nikolai.
Do you have any idea why we are here?
No, but I know what this place is. I overheard two officers talking at the station.
Ouvi dizer que o detetive... Ouvi o detetive dizer que é a Igreja de
I
Maria.
heard the detective say this is the Church of Mary.
The officers referred to it as the Heart of Darkness. Said they've never been here until today.
Oh,
Judging by the architecture, I'd say the church was built in medieval times. I was told Victoria was seen at the castle last night.
They told me the same, and I don't know what to think. Let's not talk about it here.
Ever heard of the witch nun from Minsk?
I see. So they told you about my orphanage days.
Victoria knows you were an orphan?
Please, I don't want to talk about it.
Did they ask you anything about the house?
No, but I suspect they will. The warden is here, inside the churchyard.
I can't believe this is happening to me. Never mind.
túmulos.
All entrapped within heavy iron cages.
Hã?
All entrapped within heavy iron cages.
Ah, tá. Isso era um costume antigo dos cemitérios na época vitoriana. Eles trancavam colocavam uma grade em cima dos túmulos para não roubarem corpos.
All entrapped.
Tá. Nossa, olha o carro, que tosco.
Someone's in the driver's seat. He looks tense, wildly moving his hands and head as if threatened.
Peraí, deixa eu vir pra cá que tem uma coisa que eu quero saber. Aqui, Nurin. O nome do cara é Nurin. Peraí, calma, deixa eu dar só uma olhada. Ah, não posso ir pra outro lugar. Tá bom, quem é esse Nurin aqui?
Ah, you made it past the wall of crosses. Through tall trees, unmarked paths, and unnatural, dreadful silence. Into the heart of darkness where you invited us to meet.
Nós os convidamos?
We invited you?
You have, with your deeds.
I don't understand.
Que lugar é esse?
What is this place? Why are we here?
This church was built with one purpose only. To repel evil from the Carcassa forest. It failed miserably. It was absorbed by darkness instead.
Chief, we'd appreciate it if you could tell us what's going on.
Words are unnecessary. Light always reveals.
Que ótimo.
Lights on, officer. Now, take a good look.
Olhar o quê? O que foi? Ah, tem sangue aqui.
God.
Tá, uma pessoa foi morta. Nossa, que imagem tosca. Ela tá como se fosse um background.
What? Tell us, why are we here?
Lights off! Ranko Merzel, the beloved mayor of Sveti Kotar, hanging up there all alone with a dreaded yellow mask.
Ah, nossa, eu nem vi a máscara.
He has nothing left. His face ripped off, his eyes gouged out and eaten. His skull cut open, and parts of his brain eaten. All whilst alive, tortured cruelly by the Moon Ghouls, or those that want to become one. In the very end, his chest and abdomen were torn and his heart ripped out to be devoured.
Tá, esse é o único probleminha que eu tô achando com esse jogo. Ele tá muito expositivo. Ele tá mais falando do que mostrando.
His body is still up there.
Ah, é boa pergunta.
Possibly know all these things.
We don't have to pull him down to know what happened. We've seen this too many times in our lives.
Who are the Moon Ghouls?
Saborans is their name. Servants of the moon demons. Some people believe they're not humans, but rather evil entities that take human form. We don't know who they are. They're hiding in the shadows, impossible to find.
This is a horrific crime scene. We shouldn't be here.
Is this the way you welcome strangers in your town?
We know the mayor was murdered by Nermin, a man who decided to worship the moon deities. The past teaches us we are unable to see the true soul of other people, no matter how close they are to us.
So you interrogate strangers and tell them of the existence of malicious beings, and in the end you show them their prey?
Nermin didn't feast on the mayor's corpse alone. There was someone else who joined the ritual.
O nome Nermin não
The
significa
name
nada.
Nermin doesn't mean anything to us.
We're here for the first time in our lives, Chief. What do you want from us?
Lies. All lies. Where's Victoria? Or should I call her Petra instead?
Ixi.
What do you mean?
We know she used the name Petra when introducing herself around town.
Our mother's name.
Oh.
We just don't know where she's hiding, and we need you to tell us.
Não
We
sabemos.
don't know. When we woke, she wasn't in the house.
It was our plan to go looking for her, but then your men intercepted us.
And you welcomed them by pushing the warden to the ground.
Eu podia ter feito pior.
We don't know where she is.
Why do you think she's hiding?
Do not try to make a fool of me. She was seen pushing a man from the castle roof last night.
Nossa.
And when we found his severed head, he wore a yellow mask. We know she helped Nermin. Her scratch pad was found up in the belfry, amongst pieces of human flesh. If you want us to search for her, fine. Once we find her, she'll face the same fate as Nermin. They'll beg us to end their lives.
Nossa, que maravilha de justiça nessa cidade, hein?
Why would she help Nermin? A complete stranger to her.
The Saborans cult needed a witch among them. Morbidity and the occult fascinate her. She's your sister. You should know that.
This is insane. My wife would never do harm to anyone, let alone join a cannibal cult.
Who was the man she allegedly pushed from the roof?
We're still trying to fish his body parts from the chasm below the castle. Whoever he was, he's just one piece of the puzzle.
How can you be so sure of her guilt? What proof do you have?
We found her belongings in the belfry, and her coat in the woods, not so far from here.
Coat? How do you know it's hers?
A coat, badly damaged, with blood stains. Her wallet and personal ID were inside. But we also found something else next to it. An eviscerated fetus.
Puta merda. Mas como assim grávida? Ela ia tirar esse feto dela dentro dela mesma?
My
Impossível.
sister was pregnant?
Que pergunta
She
idiota.
still is. Don't you understand what they're trying to do here?
O quê?
Victoria sacrificed her unborn child to the moon demons.
No,
Cara,
it's not possible.
essa história tá...
She would never.
Essa história tá passando os
She's
limites da
hiding somewhere,
bizonhice.
and we know you're lying, which makes you her and Nermin's accomplices. She even tried to make us believe she killed herself after the murders.
Mano,
An accomplice? I fell asleep the moment we entered that house. I am a man of God. How dare you put such sin on my soul?
I've seen many people say or think they're godly men. That means nothing. Faith is more than mere words.
Why do you think she tried to fake her own death?
Essa pergunta foi idiota.
There was a suicide note in her coat.
Ah, não, foi feita de um jeito idiota, na verdade.
Lives in this forest. She thought she could trick us with a message of repentance. Pathetic. You clearly don't have any intention to help us, but we might have means to change your mind.
Chief, do you really think we would be lying? Is my wife really capable of committing such atrocities?
Look around. Can you smell death? Can you sense wickedness? Of course I believe that. This is a cursed land.
Cara.
And I don't know who you are, and I don't trust you. None of you. Take them away. Make them talk.
Gentlemen, you know how this works. Follow me.
Cara, eu só não tô gostando
Why have
que...
we stopped, Detective?
Someone needs to help you out. I'm letting you go.
Oh, até que enfim.
All of a sudden you want to help us? Why?
Your sister came here to join a madman? She chose this town to fulfill her occult desires?
Nossa.
And you're helping her to hide. That's insane. Maybe she got kidnapped by Nermin and...
Cara, você tá com... sem um pedaço da cabeça, mas você tá pensando melhor que todo mundo.
Chief Norton will be furious with you.
I never lied to him. Or at least it's what he thinks. He won't question my decision to let you leave.
Eita.
But you have to give me your word you won't leave town. We have your passports, but one can always find a way out if he wants to.
We promise.
I wouldn't question
Nossa Senhora.
2 priests.
I promise.
Start your search with the warden.
Dr. Hatur?
I was with him last night before the incident at the castle. He was already looking for Victoria.
Before the incident? Are you sure?
My head injury sometimes makes me have memory lapses, but you don't have to question.
Só lapsos de memória, cara.
I'm sorry, but I knew it. The moment I saw that man, I knew there was something creepy about him.
I don't know how, but he might be somehow connected with her disappearance.
Could he be found at a mental hospital?
Oh no. You can't possibly get to the Marof Asylum. It's off limits for non-staff or non-inmates. The doctor resides at the only lodge in this town, the Goldine Lodge. That's where you should go first.
Where's this lodge located?
From here, go down towards the lake. Once you reach the shore, go left. You can't miss it.
Why did he stay at the house while we were being interrogated?
He wanted to make sure Victoria wasn't there, but to tell you the truth, I think he had other reasons. I'm not sure.
Que horas
What time
são?
is it?
I don't know, but it's getting late and you should act immediately.
Meu Deus do céu.
The train is about to leave soon. Could you give me my belongings back?
That I cannot do. I'm sorry.
We have to go now.
A few words of advice before we part ways. There is a reason why this town looks desolate, even in broad daylight. Don't get yourself fooled by the lights you see here. This soil is cursed, and the air tainted with wickedness. I know you can sense it. It's the opposite of what you're used to. Be wary while wandering around. Under no circumstances you should go into the forest or onto the mountain. They are forbidden. Stick to the town. The Moon Ghouls are impossible to find, except for when it's too late for oneself. God bless you all. I hope you find salvation in spite of the horror all around you.
Cara, eu não sei o que aconteceu.
We have to split, Benedict. I'm going to the lodge. You should go back to the house, in case Victoria comes back.
I don't know my sister anymore. She became a person I've dreaded my whole life. She's a devil worshipper, a murderer, a person acting against God. Who is she? How could she change so much?
Since when do you trust other people? They are lying, Benedict. Victoria is innocent.
Nossa senhora!
Did she drag me here to sacrifice me?
Ok.
Like she did with her unborn child?
Hey, she did not do that. Our child is not dead. The chief is lying. Before this journey, when was the last time you saw her?
A couple of years ago, I guess.
I see and talk to her every waking hour since we married. People don't change that much. She's a good person.
Teve uma pequena.
They don't change. They just strip the facade and show their true self.
Não, a tradução falou, eu a conheço, falo com ela desde que ela acorda. Toda vez que ela acorda. Não, toda vez desde que nós nos casamos.
If they are lying, how do you explain her scratch pad in the belfry?
Mas você nem viu a porcaria.
Don't know.
Você nem viu o negócio lá.
And what about her coat? Or the fact that she used my mother's name to introduce herself?
We should ask if this is true. The only person she spoke to after arriving here is the lady from the souvenir shop over there.
Don't forget, she was seen pushing a man from the castle's roof by multiple witnesses.
Maybe she was assaulted. We don't know who that man is, and what really happened last night. If we don't succeed in finding her soon, going to the castle is something we should consider. And this is partly on us. If we weren't so weak, we wouldn't have been drowned into a nightmarish cycle of dreams. Just look around you. It's already night, for God's sake.
I've noticed. It means we slept for more than half a day.
Even when dead tired, one can never sleep that much. It's unnatural. The house definitely did this. Because we were weak.
It's my fault? It was her idea to make me come here, and she picked that damned house. How do you explain the balcony horror?
You're right. I'm sorry. I don't know how to explain many things. I'm just trying to find a meaning in all this madness. We should move, brother. She might already be back at the house. Or in danger at the hands of that warden.
Não tem nem o que falar. Não, eu vou embora.
No, I'm leaving.
You what?
I'm leaving. Going back to Budapest.
You won't make it past the border. You don't have your passport.
I'll be fine.
Tá certo.
Given the circumstances, Father Imre will understand why I didn't talk to the priest of Sveti Kotar.
But he will judge you if you leave your sister here.
Né?
I don't care about Victoria and what she got into. God will be her judge.
God will condemn you for leaving your sister to die here. Open your eyes! She's the only real family you have.
My family died the day my father left
Podiam
us.
pular esse
I'm with
diálogo
God
que era só uma
alone
opção mesmo.
now.
If you leave, you will pursue your own selfish desires, not his will and words. She was accused wrongly, You need to stay here and help me find her in the name of faith.
Mais uma opção de... Mais um diálogo... Ah, bom. Bom, mas ainda assim.
You think she might be back at the house?
Could be. It's the only place where she knows we might be. Are you going to help me?
Ah, tá, ok. Ó, como eu ainda tô fazendo, tô vendo, aprendendo as coisas novas do jogo e tudo, eu vou fazer sempre as opções que parecem as mais erradas. Tipo, eu vou embora, eu vou não sei o quê. Eu vou sempre fazer essas opções. Daí eu jogo de novo pra ver, né, o que as minhas, né, opções diferem. Mas assim, em primeiro lugar, de novo, o comecinho com o personagem aparecendo lá no porão tá bem melhor do que aquele começo hiper bizonho lá dele na igreja com fogo, que vocês devem ter visto enquanto eu tava jogando a demo. Foi bem melhor, mais interessante. Mas agora, esse comecinho aqui, que o Nikolai e ele estão, entre aspas, de boa, né? Eu achei que foi um passo pra trás. Eu achei que tava muito mais legal daquela forma. E também, assim, logo que eles acordam, já chega a polícia, já fazendo os negócios, tudo. Eu acho que seria muito melhor, de novo, o jogo tá muito expositivo. Seria melhor a gente andar e ver por nós mesmos as coisas. Poderia, sei lá, assim que um dos personagens chegasse na cidade e um guarda falasse, era ele lá que tava com a tal Victoria, a tal Petra, tal não sei o quê. Eu acho que seria mais interessante assim. Mas enfim, eu tô... Assim, como eu disse, eu tô meio que ainda em cima do muro. Não sei ainda se eu tô gostando mais ou menos do jogo. A gente só vai saber jogando, né? Mas enfim, vou tomar a decisão que eu não tomarei. É inútil, ela já está morta. Vou embora.
It's pointless. She's dead.
Benedict? Don't you dare turn your back on your sister!
Saia da cidade.
I left and never looked back. Never saw my sister again. But I had a happy and fulfilled life.
Nossa.
As I was alone.
Mas tive uma vida feliz sozinha.
Alone. With God.
Ok. Ok. Agora só sobrou o outro ou já foi o jogo que já terminou? Já terminou, ok. E foi isso, muito obrigado por... Não, claro que não, né? Eu vou tomar, óbvio. Deixa eu clicar aqui. Carregar. Ok, sim, carregar. Eu vou pular aqui a parte pra vocês. Ok, voltamos de novo aqui pra esse ponto. Eu vou até a casa. Se ela estiver lá, vou embora imediatamente.
I'm going to the house, and if she's there, I'm leaving at once.
You both wait on me, but stay out of the house and hide somewhere outside. The warden or the police might come back. I have the warden's walking stick, or at least what's left of it.
How did you get it?
Tá.
After falling on the ground amongst all the chaos. He seemed very protective of it. Maybe now I have leverage over him. I'm going to the lodge. Be careful.
Ok. Fale com Victoria, onde ele está? Preciso falar com Ida, a dona da loja de recordações na praça. Será que ela viu a Victoria? Talvez possa me ajudar com outras coisas? Espere na casa, disse ao Nicolai que voltaria para casa a fim de esperá-lo. Será que a Victoria vai voltar? O único problema é que tenho medo dessa casa, ela é amaldiçoada. Investigue o castelo. Tenho que achar o castelo Grimalda e investigar o que aconteceu na noite passada. O acidente com o homem da máscara amarela. Quem era esse homem? Por que Victoria empurrou do telhado? Ok. Salvar o jogo. Ok. Ok, então vamos lá. Muito bem. Isso aqui que é a lojinha, né? Eu preciso arrumar a altura desse microfone. Tá meio ruim pra mim. Mas o som tá bom pra vocês, não tá?
Suvenirnica Lavenjak.
Ah, the drawing makes perfect sense. Lav in Croatian should mean lion.
Tá. A história se passa na Croácia, então. Mas Budapeste é
It
turcos,
evokes a
eles são da...
repulsive feeling, and I guess that is its purpose, but I'm not sure it's something God would approve of, no matter the cause. Tiny chairs of torture and bells.
Nossa,
I must say they are faithfully recreated to the smallest detail.
Opa,
Statues
deslizou.
and death masks of Ivan Kotar, and some small-sized replicas of the torture wheel. They look so awkward and unnatural, as if made by someone who never saw them living.
Hã? Mas isso é o quê? São bichinhos? É, são bichos.
Weird executioner masks. They genuinely look old.
Pequenina árvore.
A strange, tiny-sized tree with red leaves. Growing out of a head vase makes it even stranger, if not morbid.
O que é isso aqui embaixo? É um lagartinho? Acho que é. Olha aqui, uma mandrágora, dá pra ver. Bom, vamos falar com...
Madam?
Do I look like a madam to you?
Well...
You're going to make me blush, sir. Welcome to my little hut. My name's Ida. Ida Lavnjak.
Eu já sei seu
I
nome.
already know your name.
How? Do I know you?
Not really, but you know my sister. I was with her last night.
Oh, yes, I
A
remember
música tá
now.
muito
The
alta.
shy and anxious older brother, Benedict. Or should I say, monk Benedict?
She said that?
No, sir, it's just the way you looked. Why didn't you come closer when we called you?
Her eyes focused somewhere behind me, with a weary and terrified gaze.
Opa!
It's alright, you don't have to answer. Where's Victoria?
I don't know. I was hoping you could help me.
Você a viu hoje?
Have you seen her today?
No, I don't think so.
Last night, did she come back after we left the square?
There were a lot of people here long after that, and I was preparing to close, so I really couldn't say. What's going on?
She disappeared.
Oh no, not her, not again. I hope she's not...
Outra
the
vítima
victim
da
of the
lua.
moon.
Você ouviu sobre o prefeito?
You've heard about the mayor.
Heard what?
They found his body in the forest.
What? Who told you that?
The police forced me to see it. The body was hanged from the belfry of the Church of Mary. Mutilated, disemboweled, and half-eaten by the crows.
Those animals. I'm sorry you had to see that. Poor mayor. I light up a candle for him today.
She was seen pushing a man from the castle's roof last night.
I heard about that accident this morning. She did that. She really pushed that man.
Eyewitnesses saw her.
Liars. Who are these people?
Does it really matter?
You believe their story. You really think she did it?
Tá, o jogo entende, né? O jogo ele é autoconsciente, ele sabe que algumas coisas que acontecem são meio absurdas, né? Até o jeito de pensar dos personagens é meio absurdo. Se bem que esse personagem aqui, dá pra ver que ele realmente não é bom da cabeça. Ele se tornou um monge mais por causa da pressão da família, do pai louco, né? Mas, enfim. É interessante. Pelo menos, assim, os produtores, eles são autoconscientes, né? De algumas coisas meio loucoras que aparecem aqui. E talvez até meio bizonhas, né?
What can you tell me about Nedman?
Never seen him, but have heard and retold many stories about him. What do you want to know?
It's a small town. How come you've never seen him?
Because he's one of those who lives under the moonlight, while the rest of us do our best to keep away from it.
A moon ghoul.
The worst of them all. I feel lost now. Why are you asking me all these questions? And you didn't answer me. You think your sister pushed that man? You really think she's capable of doing it? I know her very little, but I know those accusations are absurd.
She is capable, and I believe she did it.
Nossa senhora. Tá.
Her husband Nikolai and I are now suspects. The police think we are hiding her somewhere, which makes us look like accomplices of Nermin. She did something to keep us stuck in the house. We woke up having no memory of what happened last night. At the same time, she was seen by multiple witnesses pushing a man from the roof. In the vicinity of Merzel's body, they found her coat and other
Ele
belongings.
quer jogar a irmã dele
She
pros
was there.
lobos.
She did it. She helped Nermin.
I don't know what to say except that Victoria is a good person. She looks so gentle and vulnerable, like a butterfly. I refuse to believe these things, but I could be wrong. I'm sorry, Benedict. How can I help?
I don't know. Maybe you can't. Maybe only God can do something. Not even God. She's lost forever.
Eita, essa não tá traduzido. Mas basicamente ele falou, nem mesmo Deus, ela está perdida para sempre.
What book are you reading?
The Divine Comedy. I needed something to cheer me up.
Porra! Ele vai ler a Divina Comédia pra...
So where's Dante now?
Who?
Dante, the hero of the book? In what part of the book are you now?
Oh yes, how silly of me. He's in a dark forest and there are...
Nossa, ela tá no
beasts
começo, ela
and
começou a ler agora.
I think they symbolize something else.
Sins. The beasts represent the self-indulgent, the violent, and the malicious.
Oh, that's interesting. You know, the book intrigued me because the descriptions of where he is in the beginning reminded
que
me of this
ótimo.
valley. Does that make sense to you? I told this to my father and he scolded me right away.
You are quite right, madam.
Now all we need is our Virgil to rescue us.
Peraí, mas você tá no começo do livro e você já sabe que o Virgílio vai aparecer?
Where should I look for Victoria? She won't come out in the open. It would be too risky.
Well, if I were you, I'd start my search in the forest.
Justamente o lugar que não é pra você ir.
Udav Mountain could be a good place to start too, but I've never been there, so I can't give guidance.
Carcassa and Udav are forbidden places, aren't they?
I don't believe what they say about them. The forest is a beautiful place.
Eita, por que a música mudou de repente?
The river spring and the silence. Listen. Search the forest. Make sure not to get caught while entering, and keep your eyes open once inside. You'll be fine.
Quem decidiu proibir
Who
esses
decided
lugares?
to forbid these places?
Ironically, the same man that was found dead in the heart of the forest. Mayor Ranko Merzel.
You think his death had something to do with the decision?
No, I don't know. The proof of fate is a decree that he put in place soon after taking control of the town. It's a decree that compels people to stay away from the places on the list, and to report suspicious activities and misbehavior.
Such as?
Blasphemous and heretical talk, to name a few. But the decree's main objective is to find and execute those against or unfaithful to God.
Sounds like
Executar?
she doesn't approve of this.
I guess it's a good thing. I don't know.
You don't adhere to the law.
Not in this case, at least not entirely. You know. And please don't say this to anyone, or you'll have me tortured and killed.
Meu Deus do
alright?
céu, essa cidade tá fora da jurisdição humana?
I promise.
Carcassa has been like my second home in the last few years. I can't get enough of its silence. I know what you are going to say. It's dangerous, dark, and forbidden. But listen to me. Sometimes it gets dangerous, true. And the mayor's death proves it. But isn't that normal? It's life. It's people.
It's life. Everything here feels rotten and reeks of death.
Don't say that. And don't talk to others this way. If we stop dreaming and lose hope, what do we have left? Look,
O que
I
que
don't
você tem
know
a
if you
ver
should
com
go into
o
the
que você...
forest. I don't want to get you in trouble or killed. I have no idea where you should look, really. I'm sorry. Oh, wait. I have something here. It might not tell you where to go, but at least give you some orientation.
Ah, ela vai me dar um mapa.
A map of the town
Aê,
and
maravilha.
surroundings. How does that sound?
Sure, thank you.
Glad I could do something. Just be careful.
Tá. Peguei. Ah, peguei. Quê? Por que você não estava vestida de padre na noite passada?
How come you weren't dressed as a priest last night?
Como sacerdote.
That question.
Ah, tá. Porque eles fizeram os rituais lá.
Excuse me?
Oh, sorry, nothing against you. But it's the same annoying question that keeps coming back at me, like a bat flapping in circles year after year. I see October 28th on the calendar, and I know what's coming to bite me.
Podia ter traduzido como uma outro tipo de expressão, mas tudo bem.
So what's the reason?
I tell everyone I can't wear it because I have to work. But the truth is, I don't believe it will make a difference if I did. In general, the ritual doesn't make a difference.
Why does everyone else wear it?
Because the inhabitants believe we are all disciples of Ivan Kotar, and so we have to dress like them on the day. Not just in the evening when the effigy is set on fire, but all the time, from dawn to dusk.
But what is the reasoning behind it? The dress is just a terrifying shadow of what a priest's robe should look like.
There's a belief that wearing it scares off demons, witches, and other evil spirits. I guess the darker it looks, the scarier it is. I don't know.
The effigy turned into ash last night. What does it represent?
A demon slave of the moon god. The effigy ritual marks the end of the day of Ivan Kotar. People gather on the square, they pray and chant as one voice. Which sounds beautiful. It's the best part. No, it's the only part of the day I love.
I thought the exact opposite. It was a disturbing scene, and I felt true, primal fear.
Então, eles podiam ter mostrado essa cena no jogo.
And when the last words leave his mouth, the effigy is finally set on fire.
Ah,
Has
tá.
anyone been hurt over the years? The fire spreads very quickly, a wide and massive whirl as if ignited from the darkest of places.
No, not that I recall. I don't know. Why?
Peraí, tá. Why? Ah, você tá falando isso porque todos ficam bem perto da imagem? Faltou esse pedacinho da frase dela falar.
Yes, and because it could come down at any moment. It's so tall, the nearby buildings could be hit.
Nothing to worry about. God is protecting them. Or at least it's what they believe. Oh, and those who are tasked with creating the effigy are given a free pass into the forest. Can you guess why?
Ah,
No.
You haven't even tried to guess. Because it's made of black wood, plant roots, and undergrowth from Carcassa. Slaves of the moon god supposedly live or dwell as spirits if they are dead inside the forest, and so, you know. Some of
ok.
the townsfolk even swear to hear the wailing of demons the whole night after the fire. I don't know.
Ok. Em primeiro lugar, o jogo tá pegando bastante referências da mitologia Lovecraftiana e a que inspirou Lovecraft, que é o Rei Amarelo, que assim, tem máscaras amarelas, referência ao Rei Amarelo do... Putz, esqueci o nome do autor, mas é um livro anterior a Lovecraft. E Hathor, pode ser uma referência a Hastur, que foi criado por Lovecraft. Carcossa, né, floresta. Não, Carcaça, aí tem um outro nome, né, mas Carcarosa é o nome da cidade que foi escrita nesse romance mais antigo, né, do Rei Amarelo. Tem várias referenciazinhas, né, a coisas Lovecraftianas. E eu vou ser sincera, se for pra usar nomes tão parecidos, por que não usa de uma vez a mitologia Lovecraftiana explicitamente? Porque já tá em domínio público mesmo.
Excuse me.
Sure.
Ok, vamos ver aqui os pensamentos do... Nossa senhora, parou do nada a música. Título de casa, entregue, fale com Ida. Tá bom. Espere na casa, investir o castelo, fale com o padre, babá. Ok. Então vamos sair daqui. Ah, tá. Muitas coisas aqui. Deixa eu ver aqui. O restos da efígie.
Only dust remains of the thing that was set on fire last night. Ivan Kotar. Sanctus Patronus.
Aqui, vou pro outro lado. Calma, eu quero observar as coisas. 4 de avisos.
For some people, this stone is the only hope they have left.
Oh! Cartaz.
Haven. Last seen on the last day of February, 1993.
Fevereiro de 93. Em que ano se passa esse jogo?
Young Kadia, missing his love since June.
Peraí.
Young Kadia, missing his love since June. Beloved wife and mother, Melita Lavnyak, missing since October 1991 at the entrance of Carcassa.
Carcaça. É uma referência à cidade de Carcarossa do Rei Amarelo.
Anyone found my legs yet? Our beloved priest and friend.
Ixi, tá rasgado aqui. Tá, deixa eu só verificar aqui. Ok, deixa eu ver. Eu só tô com a minha Bíblia, né? Ok. Isso aqui eu entro. Eu queria observar primeiro. Pra cá eu vou. Pra cá eu entro. Pra cá eu vou. Pra cá eu... Ah, aqui eu observo. Vamos lá.
It's barely readable. That must read Sveti Kotar. And that should be the coat of arms of Croatia, the chessboard.
Uhum. Deixa eu ver. Vamos ver esse predinho aqui. Eita. Tabuleiro de xadrez. Falando em xadrez.
White and red squares, a Croatian version of the chessboard.
Ah, quadrados brancos e vermelhos. A versão croata do xadrez. Interessante. Livros.
Asum Tavruli at the top. And the other two are Maleos Maleficarum by Heinrich Kramer. And an unnamed manuscript by Herodotus. What a strange taste for books.
Posso tocar o sininho? Calma aí. Deixa eu ver se eu posso... Calma. Posso vir para esse lado da loja? Opa, tem globo.
I'm no expert, but I'm pretty confident this is a 15th century map of Europe. Everything in this town revolves around that troubling period of human history.
Mas como você sabe, o jogo... Tá, vamos lá, vamos seguindo.
Who is it?
Que isso?
I'd like to ask you some questions.
About what?
Different things. Maybe you could help me?
A stranger.
Could you come out of the room?
No, and I don't want to talk to you. Take a look at my inventory. Read some books. Do whatever you want.
Eita porra!
Care about those knockoffs. And take a sample of the town's map from the desk. That way you can't say I didn't help you.
Que é isso?
But I...
Stop talking. I want silence.
Que é isso? Tá, esse aqui é o mapa?
I don't need it. I already have one.
Ah, ok. Ah, esse mapa provavelmente vai ficar com o outro lá quando ele vier. Que eu jogo. Peraí, calma. Não, calma. Salvar o jogo. Salvar. Peraí, não era isso. Queria ver o mapa. Tá, vamos ver. Carcaça, aqui. Aqui é a cidadezinha. Sveti Kotar. Gagulta. Ok. Grimalda. Isso aqui seria o castelo? Udav. Uma montanha. Hali. Se eu não me engano, Hali é um nome para lago, simplesmente. Em croata. Ou turco, sei lá. Goldin. Tá. Deve ser parte alta e parte baixa da cidade. Klek, não sei o que é isso. Tá bom. Ok. O jogo tá muito bizonhento, mas vamos lá. Vamos lá. Cara, eu acho que eu vou... Peraí. Eu vou diminuir um pouco... Cadê? O áudio da música aqui. Tá muito alto. Em algumas partes, pelo menos. Tá, essa aqui é o quê? Ah, não. Essa aqui é a placa. Pensei que podia entrar. Não dá. Vamos pra cá. Corre, Benedette. Aí. Ah, eu posso trocar agora. Não, calma, não vou trocar ainda não. Vamos lá. Essa parte aqui, vamos ver se é igual ao que era na demo. Que isso?
I wasn't sure I heard a voice, but I did. Victoria is here.
Opa!
It's locked.
Vamos lá.
It's dark, and my eyes could be deceiving me.
Ah!
But that doesn't seem to be...
Who goes there? I'm Lucia, the owner of this house.
Oh! Ah, que susto. Nossa. Peço
I
desculpa.
apologize, miss. I'm Benedict. Victoria is my sister.
Who's Victoria?
Ah, que dia difícil.
Sorry. I meant Petra. Petra is my sister.
I didn't know she had a brother and that he was coming with her to Sveti Kotar.
Nobody knew. It was a last-minute decision.
So where is she now?
Estamos tentando
We're
encontrá-la.
trying to find her.
We. Who is we? Are there more people I don't know about?
Her husband, Nikolai, came as well.
I was told she was to come alone on Friday, October 28th. Rented the house for the 3 nights. Said she wants to give herself a gift for the soul. A strange woman, I tell you that. Something happened?
Nothing in particular. We woke up and she was gone.
She's probably sightseeing. One can easily get lost in the beauty of the place. Lose the appetite.
Olha o que tá acontecendo aqui na casa. O quadro tá aqui, o negócio tá quebrado, a estátua... Tá, ok. O que aconteceu
What
aqui?
happened here?
I didn't want to yell at you, but since you're asking, you tell me. I almost fainted of sorrow after opening the door. Look at my bust, reduced to pieces. Somebody has to pay for the damage. Animals.
Nossa senhora, que bela interpretação de voz, dona atriz.
You'll have to ask the warden to pay for that.
Que é isso? Olha a resposta que ele deu.
Warden? What warden? Dr. Hatur?
Yes, Dr. Hatur.
But I did nothing wrong. Why would he come to my house? Was he looking for me?
I
Eita
don't know.
porra.
He didn't tell us the reason and we couldn't argue. A detective was with him.
Maybe they saw my art as blasphemous and heretical. Maybe they'll take me into the asylum.
Meu Deus do
That's why
céu,
he
como
destroyed
que
the
essa...
bust and the stoop. He was sending a message. I'm doomed.
Ai, meu Deus, essa voz. Gente do céu. Eu posso ser rígido. Então, né, nesse gameplay aqui eu quero ser cuzão. Quero ser... Suas obras são um insulto a Deus.
Insult to God. You should get rid of it.
I should run away. They will come after me.
I think it's too late now. Where would you hide anyway?
This house is everything to me. I have no other place. So I should hide in the woods.
Ih.
No, the woods are prohibited.
Ah,
I
mas
think I'll
por que
just
cê-
wait and see what happens.
Meu Deus do
Good things
céu!
happen to those who wait, and my art is staying here. I'm no one without it.
Meu Deus do céu, por que você tá falando desse jeito tão mecânico? Isso é proposital? O diretor tá pedindo pra ela falar assim? Não é possível que eles acharam isso sério.
Weren't you supposed to welcome us last night?
I told your sister I'll leave the key at the neighbor's and that I'll pass by later, after the castle.
You were at the castle?
Sure,
Did you see me there?
I was there only for a brief time. Couldn't stand all those people. But how could I see you when everyone has to wear... Wait a minute. Did you go inside without a mask?
No, of
¿Qué?
course not. Was she here after you came by?
I didn't make it. This right here is me visiting after the castle. You are a strange
Que-
person.
Nossa!
No wonder you two are relatives. Why are you asking all these questions?
Because she stayed in the house and fell asleep, and when I came back I couldn't find her. I don't know her whereabouts since last night.
You know, if you don't trust her, you should just talk to her. But if you already did, then my only advice is to talk to Madame Vera, my neighbor. She may be old, but she never misses a thing. Always lurking from that window of hers.
Oh.
I can do that.
If you just knock, she will pretend to be dead. She doesn't like strangers. You must introduce yourself to her. Say exactly who you are and why you're looking to talk to her. Tell the truth. I heard that she had some sort of visions of the life of Ivan Kotar, the patron saint of the town. It's what allowed her to sneak into other people's houses as a babysitter.
I'll try to talk to her.
And do not go knocking on the door. She hates that.
Aham.
Have you had any strange dreams in this house?
Whenever I don't have guests, I sleep here, and guests are as rare as the sun in this town. My dreams are always great. Why?
It's just that both Nikolai and I had a rough night's sleep with harrowing dreams.
That must have been the demon of tiredness, not the house. You had a long drive yesterday.
We opened the balcony door and found a strange mass.
So it was you who broke the glass on the door.
No, I just opened it, I promise.
Maybe those bloody crows did it. Wouldn't be the first time. It started recently. They come to
Cara.
the balcony, raking in mud, small twigs and other crow filth. I tried to scare them off, but nothing is working. And they are very aggressive. I can't light a candle anymore. Whenever I do, they swarm outside and start scratching at the windows and door. The balcony is where they gather and ultimately die. It's like their graveyard or something. I can't explain it. If they don't back off soon, I'll have to start taking action. I don't want my guests to feel threatened.
Nossa senhora, vai tomar uma tchura agora?
Do you mind if I look around the house a bit?
Not at all. You are allowed to stay here for 2 more nights. Unless you want to pay to stay longer, of course.
That is something you should discuss with my sister.
Gente, não é possível que esse jeito de falar não seja proposital. Tem que ser, porque, nossa, tá muito canastrão.
Hideous. It's full of dead crows. Dozens and dozens of them.
Nossa, só agora você notou isso?
The blasphemous basin is destroyed. I approve of the act.
Posso pegar o lampião agora?
I don't need it.
Ah.
This woman eerily reminds me of Victoria in her younger days, back when I could rely on her, instead of having to fear her.
Tô sentindo falta do... Não, chega, não vou ficar... remover o tapete. O jeito que ele anda é muito...
For some reason, someone decided to wrap the carpet and put it here. For some reason...
Eu pensei que ele podia... Vamos ver ele correndo.
This bookshelf was full of books before. A lot of them are missing now.
Yes, sir.
It's a giant tree with dozens of corpses hanging.
Tá, isso aqui eu já tinha visto.
A giant bowl made out of clay.
O jeito dele correr. Opa!
It must have been the warden who did this. What use is there in throwing books on the floor?
Ah, e a
We
pintura aqui.
left it on the table, with its front side facing the wall. Now it's up again, looking at me with those mean eyes.
Tá. Ah, os caras que foram invadir a casa que fizeram essa putice toda com a casa da mulher, coitada.
Everything is as we left it, but the crow's head is missing, and there's broken glass on the floor now.
Oh. Tá certo. Vestiu o castelo. Vera viu algo na noite. Lucila, dona da casa amaldiçoada onde dormimos à noite, sugeriu que eu falasse com a Vera a respeito da paradeira Victoria. Preciso me apresentar primeiro se eu quiser que ela fale comigo. Tá, eu já fiz isso. Tá. Ok. A laranjeira está cheia de corvos mortos.
The fireplace.
A lareira.
Full of dead
Nossa, não sei
crows.
porque eu li
I
onde...
know. I've put them there.
Ah, foi aqui?
To get rid of the bodies. Why else? But I am all out of matches. So for now, they just have to lay in the cold. You don't mind, do you?
No. It's your house.
But you're my guest. It's my duty to make you stay comfortable.
This woman and her house are beyond salvation. Never mind.
Posso pegar o lampião agora? Saco.
I don't need it.
Caceta. Ai. Tá, a porta tá trancada, o negócio tá ali. Deixa eu dar uma salvadinha. Admito que eu tô... Peraí, deixa eu ver uma coisa. Ah, tá, pensei que era outra. Continuar. Vamos lá, vamos ver a vizinha aqui. Árvore.
Who keeps a dead tree? Who keeps a dead tree?
Tá ali.
4 letters divided by a cross. V, K, J, and P.
Anjo caído.
The Catechism says, after an angel decides to sin, he falls from heaven and becomes a demon.
Certo. Vamos dar uma olhadinha pela janela. Não era pra bater, era pra olhar só.
Madam Vera? My name is Benedek. I spent the night at your neighbor's. Could I ask you some questions? The woman that came with me is my sister. We can't find her today. Did you see if she left the house sometime after we arrived last night? Have you seen her today, perhaps? Who are you?
Eita!
My name is Benedek, and...
Ah, ela escreveu? Que isso?
Vera is old, not deaf.
Tipo, a pessoa tá escrevendo e mostrando pela janela?
Benedek, I'm a monk from Budapest. What do you want from me, monk? I'm trying to find my sister. Have you seen her? No, but I heard last night. After we arrived? Much later, in the night, with a man.
Ih!
What man? Nikolai?
Como é que ela
No,
fez?
the one who came here earlier today stayed in the house. The warden? Dr. Hathor? Him. The man with the demonic voice.
Uh-oh.
What did Hathor and my sister do? Went into the forest together, talked there for a while, then silence. Where in the forest? At the crossroad. Go straight into the forest. It's where the path leading from the town ends? Just go inside there. Once you find it, you will know.
Oosh.
Did you hear what they talked about? No, sounded like whispering, praying, chanting. Can you describe Hathor?
Nossa senhora. Bela descrição. Tá.
What is it? My eyes were taken from me.
Eita porra!
God has his ways. I'm sorry. God has nothing on this. I deserved punishment.
Eita!
I deserve solitude. You still questioning my words. I am sure I didn't see him, but it is the same man that stayed in the house. The demonic voice.
Meu Deus. Isso é difícil de ler a sua lousa, você
I'm
não pode
having a
falar.
hard time reading your chalkboard. Why can't you talk? Piece of chalkboard. School damaged object. A present from someone special to me.
Ok.
I asked if you could talk, madam. Tongue was torn
Ixi!
out. I am eyeless and wordless.
Minha no...
Terrible fate. I can't imagine the pain. Who made you blind and mute?
Meu
No
Deus.
need to tell me. I just...
É como ela vai dizer, né?
The body of my sister.
O corpo da minha irmã. Puta que pariu.
Your sister did this to you? A corpse now. She had to do it. It is my fault.
Ah, o que... Tá lindo.
Your sister, family. What could you have done to deserve such a cruel punishment? I provoked. I need to suffer for my faith. It is all I have left. Don't ask again. I heard about your visions. I still have them. Visions of Ivan Kotar? His birth, life, the horrors of Udav, death in church. Can you tell me a bit more? Visions are mine. Don't want to talk about.
Certo. Certo.
Excuse me. You are damaged. Missing soul you have. Excuse me? Cursed, like me, but a good man. Help me find the love of my life. He disappeared.
Não posso.
Madam, I can't. As soon as I find my sister, I'm leaving and not coming back. Search for her at the same time. Look for him. I don't know this place. I don't know anyone here. Everyone knew my love. On a full moon night, he disappeared.
Tá certo.
You have to understand, it will take a miracle for me to find anyone in this valley. But tell me, what is his name? Yakov Prenger, town's former... A priest was your lover?
Opa!
He was to renounce his service, not faith. Dear God, I'll see what I can do. I have to go now.
Tá certo. E se eu tivesse batido na porta, o que poderia ter acontecido? Tá. Jakov Prager, o antigo padre da cidade e amante de velhas, apareceu numa noite de lua cheia. Vera pediu que eu encontre. Se tiver chance, eu vou perguntar por aí. Ah, era ela que tinha deixado aquele papelzinho lá no muro? Pera, deixa eu só confirmar rapidão. Olha aqui. Ah, eu posso ir pra floresta, eu posso... Ah, não vou confirmar agora. Aliás, eu vou fazer o seguinte, já tá meio longo esse vídeo, vou salvar. Longo e bizonhento. A gente continua no próximo. Até mais.